G'day everyone. Today I'm going to cook you one of the most famous and popular Indian dishes of all time. Now if you haven't already guessed, it's butter chicken. So the first thing that I do when I'm preparing this dish is I like to cut up the chicken. I like to dice it up into nice bite-sized pieces. Now I just like to get one lemon, give it a little bit of rub to loosen up the juice, cut that in half, and I just like to squeeze some juice onto this chicken, maybe about half a lemon's worth. Mix that around, like so. Now I'm just going to cover it, and I'm going to put that in the fridge while I prepare the other ingredients. Okay, let's move on to the next step. I'm going to dice up about 4 spring onions into about 1 centimetre pieces. Okay, that's probably enough. Now I'm probably going to chop up about half a brown onion. So we want to grate up about 2 or 3 large cloves of garlic and about half a thumb of ginger and make that into a nice paste. Here's one that I prepared a little bit earlier on. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of cardamom, 1 teaspoon of cloves, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of chili, and about half a teaspoon of fenugreek. Put too much of this stuff and it's going to add a little bit of a bitter flavour, which nobody really enjoys. So there you go. There's our spices all nicely mixed up. They smell really amazing as well. Now there's only one other thing I really like to do at this stage, and that's to get 2 tomatoes and dice them up quite finely. And once you've done that, we'll move over to the stove and we'll start cooking. Right, as you can see, we're very well prepared as far as the ingredients go. I've laid them all out there and it's looking fantastic. Now, I recommend you do the same thing because with this dish, you're going to start cooking things 1 minute here, 2 minutes there. And when you're cooking butter chicken, the last thing that you want to do is run around the kitchen like a headless chicken. Grab your onions, chuck them in the pan and cook them for about 2 minutes. Beautiful. Now grab yourself about 2 tablespoons of butter and throw that in there. Fantastic. The butter's melted down really nicely. Grab the other half of the lemon that we used before and squeeze the juice into that pan. Now grab your garlic and ginger paste and throw that in there as well. Give it a little mix around. Now chuck in the spices and cook this for about 2 minutes. Oh yeah, I also like to throw in 1 cinnamon stick. Now turn down the heat a little bit and let it cook pretty gently for about another 1 minute. Right, this kitchen smells totally crazy. It's so aromatic, it's awesome. Now grab your tomatoes and throw them into the pan. Mix it around really well. Yeah, look at that. Now I want about 200 mils of cream in there. Very nice. I'm going to mix that around as well. And now I want about half a cup of plain yogurt. And that's about it for the sauce. We're going to mix that all together and make sure it's really well combined. We're going to simmer it for about 15 minutes. Okay, that's looking pretty good right there. Now we're going to check on the sauce and I think we'll start cooking the chicken. Let's get to it. Yes, just as I thought, everything's tasting amazing. Let's get the chicken going. Right, at this stage, I also like to add about 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper and 1 teaspoon of garam masala to the chicken. Gonna mix that up really well. And I'm gonna let that cook for about anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes so it gets a really nice light golden colour. Right, Now that chicken is exactly how I want it to be at this particular point in time. So I'm gonna get the chicken and I'm gonna combine it with the sauce, and we're gonna cook it for about another 10 minutes. So the chicken and the sauce are combined really nicely now. I guess at this point some of you are starting to wonder, what exactly was the point of grounding up those cashews before? Well, we're gonna add them right now. Get it all in there, give it a mix around. In case you were wondering about the cashews, look, it gives it a really great depth of flavour, and it also helps to thicken up the sauce and get it to a really beautiful consistency. I'm gonna let that simmer for about 5 minutes, and when that 5 minutes is over, we're gonna be eating butter chicken. Ooh yeah! That is the famous butter chicken. I've just added a little bit of chopped up fresh cilantro to that. It's time to give it a taste. Wow, that's so rich and creamy and tangy. Look, it really isn't difficult to understand why this dish is ranked so highly by devotees of Indian cuisine. It's just a joy to eat. Now, let me just say, in case you've missed any of my recipes or you want to leave some comments, just go to www.mysuburbankitchen.tv and everything's there. Until next week, good luck to you and your whole family, and enjoy your butter chicken. I'm gonna eat some more.